Who would you be promoting?
YBO.
Episode 71, people. Young, black, and opinionated. Yeah, 71. We got to get to 9 more episodes to get to 80. And then 10 more after that to get to 90. And 10 more to 100. So we're making our way. Downtown.
What's our expectancy? When should we be at 100?
Damn, I would say maybe towards the end of summer. Yeah.
Good, Lassie. Hold on.
Maybe towards the end of summer. Maybe August.
Okay.
I have a number for y'all later.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh.
I'll try to do some math. Quick maths.
Hilarious. Anyway, 71. How you guys feeling this week?
I got a headache. Sorry guys if I'm a little down. Just a little headache, just a little beating one.
What happened?
It's right there in that frontal lobe.
Need some water.
Yeah, I've been drinking water all day. I have.
Okay, I believe you.
Like 4 bottles a day.
You sound so somber.
Yeah.
What a bust.
I'm just man. So how many ounces are these?
I was gonna say, don't drink my water, fam.
No.
Hilarious. Who's looking for the water to say he wanted another one?
3. No, I'm good.
How people be like, damn, I drank all of this already.
Said I heard you going to the grocery store today.
Ooh.
Right, let's go over and fuck her shit up. No, I was just trying to guess how many ounces of water I had today. And I had 3 bottles. 18, 48.
It's not enough.
16 times 3.
Yeah, that's not enough.
48. How many ounces you need?
You need 8 bottles. No, it depends on your weight though. You'd have to you have to calculate.
Like 20 and shit.
No, not all the time. Just do your calculations and see.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You can be overhydrated too and really bad for your cells. You can damage your cells.
That's why it's based upon the weight. People say 8 bottles, but it's really based upon
you gonna eat your cookies?
Yes, I am.
Just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
Would you like one?
No. I'm just kidding. I'm just going along. Just going along with the joke in my mind and shit.
You gonna wait till I open them?
Get him one and just stuff it in his mouth. Eat the damn cookie.
The devil, like,
take the cookie anime.
Right, and I'm behind.
Can you give me a little devil right
here? And I'm behind both of y'all like this.
Angel right here. No, Angel's on the right side. The devil's on the left side.
Hilarious.
I'm like, don't answer for a cookie. Oh, you don't need no cookie. The devil's like, take her cookie. You need another cookie. You don't need no cookie. I'm like, take her cookie.
Really?
You want diabetes?
I want to take the door.
I thought I got a headache, so it's affecting my brain power.
Episode 71. As always, I am Reese Berry. That's Ara, EESE, BERRA. 4 Ys is Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Instagram.
Dang, you took up the all the how was your week time.
I was gonna come back, but we need to go and get in there.
Okay, watch out, week. I got a headache.
I'm Lassie at Lola Baby on Snapchat, BAYBEE. I finally used it last night, so y'all probably saw some snaps. And on Instagram and Twitter at Lacrim Lola.
Paper loud?
Wanye.
That
remind me of that video of that lady eating loudly in her mic and shit.
All right. It's your boy Mwanje. That's MWANJE. You can follow me on all social media platforms. Mwanje Uganda for Leopard. Right. This episode is brought to you by Leave. I need some. Yeah. Episode 71.
Give him some Midol.
Sound nasty.
You can go with cramps and headache. You're gonna put both of us on 3. I just don't know what's going on.
Damn, he gonna be crying by the end of the episode.
I think my dad said that he said his girlfriend took the ibuprofen or whatever at the cabinet, but she had some Midol or something in there, but he didn't read it because I got a headache. Because we just usually just buy ibuprofen or something, straight across the board. He said, man, I had cramps, I had a head, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was emotional.
I'm dying. He said, I'm emotional.
What's going on?
Estrogen levels on.
Anyway, yeah, well,
that's funny.
As always, our website is ybopodcastmke.com. You can find everything about us there. Lassie, tell them where they can find the pod and the radio show, which Mwanje will tell you about, which is separate from our podcast. Yep. Back to you, Bob.
And you can find YBO Podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put up numerous videos every week. So, yeah, you can find us on all those platforms. Wani, tell them about the radio.
The radio show every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Once again, as Reese said, separate from the podcast. You can check us out on 104.1 River West Radio if you are local. And if not, you can always check us out on www.riverwestradio.com. Yeah, it's an hour-long show. We have a lot of guests on there. What we do, I think last week was just us, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it was just us.
No, Veronica. Sorry.
That was
Yeah,
last week.
yeah.
Oh,
Veronica.
Oh.
Shout out to Veronica.
Yeah.
Veronica Brister. Check her out.
yeah. You're right.
Check
Yeah,
out the
check her out.
episode.
Yeah. So yeah, and then check out past episodes as well too. Got a lot of great people from the city that we support in different range of topics and stuff like that, from doulas to music to everything. Just check it out.
Life.
I just want to give a shout out to our YouTube subscribers, those who subscribed already and those who haven't. Make sure you do it. As Lassie says, you'll get those notifications when we post a new video or when we're live, because we go live on River West Radio too. So that's another option for you as well. Watch us live in the studio. So yeah, subscribe, and really thank you to the subscribers. That's how you really know when somebody messing with you and you really ain't gotta subscribe to YouTube. You can just go and look and shit.
Right.
So yeah, you the motherfucker, baby. Anyway,
That was cute.
anything else, guys, before we
No.
jump into Milwaukee
I
news?
think we should jump right in it.
Let's jump into Milwaukee news.
Oh, one more thing.
One thing?
One thing.
Right.
All right, Nicki Minaj.
Thanks to everybody that
You said
like
Barbie
our
things.
Barbie tonguely. Thanks to everybody that showed love for our logo. Kind of sprung it on Friday. I just think we rebranding and stuff like that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
shout out to Mark.
Yes.
He's the guy from the UK who did it. He's great. He's great to work with, and yeah, looking for some work, hit him up. Good thing, Melinda.
Shout out Mark. Shout out to us for the new logo.
Oh yeah, us too. Lassie?
So, on the way over here, whilst I was waiting for Mwanje, I seen this video. And basically, so there's the video of this cop. They
Mhm.
stopped these 4 teens. Actually, one girl was 8, but they stopped the car for I think one of the headlights was out or something, and it just really escalated from the kids getting pulled over to the cop pulling the passenger out of the car, who was a male, and he's searching through the girl's car, and she's like, we didn't authorize this search, blah blah blah, and he's just like, I don't care. I saw him reach for something. I'm gonna try to find whatever it was. And all 3 of the girls, including the little 8-year-old, were talking about how they were scared that they weren't gonna make it home for the weekend.
Right.
And how it just sucks that they had to go through that. She's like, we're good kids. We've never had any encounters with the police or anything like that. And for this routine stop, for my light,
Yeah.
turned from this to that, and it was on Fox 6 News. I read a lot of the comments, and of course, a lot of the
God.
comments are saying
Yeah.
maybe they should just listen and da 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 da
They
da.
always say.
And it's just like, of course,
Those
Jill.
people don't listen.
I mean, this might not have happened to you.
Of course, Jill.
But I'm just saying, it's bad enough that they 4 little kids. You never know. That cop could have been
Right.
like, this probably not even their car or
Mhm.
whatever the case may be. And, for that 8-year-old little girl, she was like, I really thought we were going to get shot. And that's sad.
Wow.
She's 8.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on that because I thought it was pretty, the girl was recording. He was like, excuse me. He was like, get the camera out of my face. Like, he was like, you can record all you want, but get it out of my face. I'm like,
Mm. Wait, so who was driving? Was it another
it was
teen?
yes, it was she was 18. She was driving.
Mm.
And there was the 8-year-old and another teen in the back, and then the guy in the front is the one who was literally, he jacked him up out of that
Mm.
car.
Did they say what was said or anything?
Yeah.
Was like what prompted the police
how
officer
did we
to do,
get
or
here?
at least for the police officer side, what prompted them to do that?
Right. From what I read, I didn't see that. It really just, even from the video, it really just escalated from them being pulled over to him being pulled out of the car. And I'm like, what happened in between? And I guess at that point they probably weren't recording.
Oh, okay.
But even in the news article, it just says that they were stopped and that he saw the boy reach for something. He asked him to get out of the car. He said no, or he didn't move or something. I don't know if he said no or if he didn't move. It was one of the two. And because he didn't move, that's when he pulled him out.
Mhm.
So, and that cop supervisor, he basically made a statement and he said, well, I don't feel like the cop did anything wrong.
Of course not.
I would have ejected him out of the car 30 seconds before he did, blah, blah, blah. And,
Oh.
right, I'm just like, so we just gonna talk like this? Like, okay.
Yeah. When they were black, right?
Excuse me?
Were they black?
Of course they were.
I thought he said nigger black.
I thought he did
I
too.
said, but they were black.
I was
Right?
like,
Why y'all get
what?
offended? Y'all.
Thought he-
I said they were black, right?
It definitely sound
So
like
you
you said
said nigger
nigger black.
Nigger black.
I was gonna say
Wow.
dark skin.
Whoa. Wow.
Sheesh, come
The
on.
rhetoric there.
I was like, you're the problem.
Jesus. I'm not an Uncle Ruckus. God.
Well,
Clean
clean it up.
sheesh.
Clean it up, Bubba. Clean it up.
Enunciate.
And I was going to get to say that, when you dehumanize, individuals, cops feel like they can talk to that way. Like you
Right.
said, if had it been Jill would have been probably, Jill, would you
Leave
please
Jill
step
out of
on the
this.
car?
Leave my wife out of this, okay?
Oh, Amanda? What else you want me to
Well,
say?
no, and someone else in the
She can be a
comments
black
said when they were younger and the cops pulled them over, they made they made them and everyone in the car get out. It was like, we sat on the curb while they searched the car, and we were fine and blah blah blah. But why? Like,
But that's the thing. Like, when you start exercising your right, was there a probable cause for them to search the car? I mean,
he said he saw him reach for something,
okay.
and then the girl who was driving was like, "Well, I didn't authorize this search. Like,
Right.
I didn't say that you could search my car." And he was like, "I don't care."
Right. So it's just like, I don't understand. Like, what is why have rights? Why should we have rights if they're going to get violated all the time? What's the point of having rights? I don't understand. But like I said, going back to my original point, when we've been dehumanized in society, cops feel like they have the right to talk about you and do whatever they want to do and pull you out the car 30 seconds earlier, according to a supervisor. And people around that are looking at the story like, well, they must have did something wrong. Whereas opposed to saying, hey, what happened? Why did cops do that? Because that's what I was trying to get at. Like, what was the conversation? What was said? What was done? And I guess the cop is justified in his thinking that because he reached for something. And normally, I mean, thank God he didn't pull out a gun, because normally when you reach for something, you're dead. So yeah, it's just be safe when you get pulled over. Like I said, it's unfortunate, but make sure you have your hands out of your pocket. Hands are very visible. And just make sure that you say your please and thank yous and yes sirs and no sir and basically it's like,
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was
Yeah.
bossy.
I don't know. I just think it's a both side thing, or two sided, I should say.
yeah,
Because you have black people, people of color, whatever, who this happens too often, where
right,
you may get nervous or something may happen, or you're used to seeing it, and when it's, I don't want to say your turn, but when you in that situation, it's like, oh
Right.
shit. So then you have the officers who they say on their side that they're scared or whatever. So,
Right.
but their side is more so protected by laws and things like that.
Yeah.
So
blue shield.
yeah, not even just that, just laws. So
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true
it's
too.
interesting. So
Yeah, but his partner can be like, oh yeah, I corroborate everything you said. Like,
yeah, and that's the crazy thing. So I think we'll end up probably talking a little bit more about stuff a little bit later in the show too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So if I get angry, don't get mad.
Sorry, that's not
I'm
funny.
going to get angry. So I'm going to tell you that.
I feel you. So, well, I guess on a lighter note,
Mhm.
today is April 14th, 414.
Hey.
414 Day. Shout out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for those of you who aren't from
What's Milwaukee?
here. So, I guess in celebration of Milwaukee Day, 414 Day,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, what is your favorite thing about Milwaukee?
The potholes. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, don't be negative.
No, I gonna be negative. What is that? It's 414 for free.
There you go. You gotta bounce it. Just vibe about it. Keep going. I guess what you say.
I guess one of my favorite things.
Go.
One of my favorite
Get it.
things about Milwaukee.
Today is 414 days our anniversary.
Done.
I guess just the
The first thing I do is run straight to you, CMK verse. Anyway, keep going.
No, I thought I heard him singing.
All I really wanted to say.
Today's our special day for our city. Look at that.
Oh.
Got somebody playing it?
Oh God!
Hey, we getting it. Anyway.
That's what all on this mic.
So don't swap mics. Anyway, keep going.
Y'all, my germs are on this mic. I just love the art in this city. We have a lot of what? I just love the art in this city. We have the art museum. We have the Milwaukee Public Museum. There is a lot of things to do here that people say that Milwaukee's a boring city. Actually, talking to somebody about that a day that's not from here really, and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of things to do here. We don't get a lot of big acts, but as we grow as a city, we're definitely going to get more of a draw. So, yeah, it's a lot of art things to do here that I enjoy. So,
Yeah, Summerfest coming up too. We're getting some really
Summerfest.
big acts the weekend. And I think with the addition to the new Bucks Arena, it should bring in
a lot.
another level of stardom, if you will.
A level start.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see what it does, and happy 414 Day, everyone. Happy I like balls. Oh, you ain't gonna understand now. Anyway, look in the camera.
Too funny.
This mic.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, sorry.
She's
I
not
said,
here.
I love this.
I wasn't. Sorry. No, I heard you talking. Sorry. So, I guess my favorite thing about Milwaukee is, and I think I said this in my, not released fruition episode, but I said like I love when I leave and come back, and it always feels like home. Like that home feeling never goes away from Milwaukee. If I'm gone for a weekend, a week, some years, which I was gone for 4, but every time I come back, it always feels like home. So
yeah, that comfortability, comfortability.
Yeah.
Man, you can't talk today.
Hey man, listen.
Yeah, it's funny that y'all say that. So yeah.
No, okay, I thought you were gonna expand on that.
No.
That little finger. Yeah.
Shout out to 414 Day.
So what?
Yeah. Give thanks to the city.
Give thanks to the city. 414 Day.
Yeah. Ask YBO.
Ask YBO.
Nigga.
Still, nigga.
Oh my God, he's so aggressive.
I shall read it this week.
Okay.
Glenn and her podcast. Shout out to them.
Hey.
I think I don't know her name. I think she just enlisted into the Air Force.
All right, now, well, thank you for your service.
From Instagram, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Sorry, but congrats. What emoji would you use to describe your ex?
Watch it.
Aw.
Well, I gotta go first. Can I look at the emojis first?
Because you always like putting everybody else first.
I know, I
So pull up your
don't.
recent keyboard.
All right, let's see who I talked about. Let me go to, that's the last thing I text Teresa. Talking ass.
What a bust.
Says a
Ooh,
donkey.
I know.
They ain't got no donkeys on here.
I'm gonna do my top 3.
Dang.
So
Say, yeehaw. Are you stupid? Are you
Are
dumb?
you dumb?
Are you dumb?
So my
Your
top-
car gonna be egged the next time.
I'm
Bitch
done.
ass niggas.
My top 3.
Top 3.
You
Shit,
never
yeah,
called me
3 of them.
You said you never called me that before.
Like I can't narrow it down. So my top 3
Dude, Jesus.
my top 3 would be the clown emoji,
Well, damn. What was
the shit
never mind.
emoji. I'm sorry, the poop emoji. Keep it PG, and the throw up emoji.
Oh, looking at the throw emoji. What about you, Reese? What about your last boyfriend? It was like, what, high school, right?
Yeah, no, seriously. No, for real.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Here me too. I don't know why she laughing so hard.
It was. No, she don't get committed.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to find
So damn, you scaring away people and shit.
Right?
What's her problem?
I'm just mad that he
I
said.
said, what's her problem?
I'm just mad that he said that was in high school, right? Like, damn, put her out there. Why don't you?
She thought she discussed this.
Well, I mean, I know,
I'm
but-
stupid. Up a little bit. I think that they let me shut up. Never mind. I don't know. I don't really. I guess it'll be this one.
Because you know what's gonna happen. You gonna mess up, right? And she's gonna make your voice. I just don't understand how I can't just. You gonna be. I just don't wanna.
What you talking about?
Yeah, what you?
No,
You so rude.
No, you sound like Lil Real when he be doing the girl voice.
Alizé, what do you say? Moscato.
No, who said? Oh, damn, I wish I had that lamp right there. Oh, you want the wig up there? You want the down the Ross wig? No, yeah, it'd probably be that one. That's funny, but
What's the emoji? Oh, okay.
I was like, I really,
You know what? I see that.
yeah, it's whatever.
Mine would be.
So it's my life.
Mine would be the koala, the frog,
what? Koala.
For what?
and then the warthog.
Dude said, she don't get committed. Ain't that a bitch? Ruining my prospects. Don't listen to him, guys.
No, she's a great person.
Thank you, Marge. Do it again. Someone make it blink 3 times.
All right.
See, they
No,
got a stick
all
joke.
seriousness though. What'd you say?
Come on, man, hurry up, shit.
The headache
Right.
one. I'll do
Damn,
the
make that
headache.
hard.
I'll do the headache one.
She
The
didn't
headache
care no
one.
more. Come on.
Headache one.
Do the shower. Headache, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
You hate on my thing.
shout out to Glenn from Glenn and Her
That's
Podcast.
a good
Remember,
one.
you can send us Ask YBO questions by emailing us at ybopodcast@gmail.com or going to our website, ybopodcastmke.com.
And shout out to all the lovely exes out there. You too.
Yeah.
You three are exes. What emoji would somebody use for you, Moanja?
Angel.
Who said the ass emoji? But Angel,
That's a double entendre I'm talking about.
did somebody really? Okay. Well, what about you?
This nigga. I think they would use.
Okay, deal.
Y'all ain't shit, boy. I tell you.
They would probably use either the Chrissy Teigen or the hug emoji.
Uh-huh.
The hug, like not the hug. I guess it's not a hug. I use it for a hug, but it's the smiley with the hands right here.
Okay, they want you back.
They're probably saying bitch.
Does that mean they want you back or?
No, it means I'm loving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's positive. Okay.
How come they get the shit? You know what? I can't.
Right. You're like, what?
That's why I asked you niggas. Niggas ain't shit.
What about you, Reese? What about your last? What you gonna get? You gonna get that again? What's the what?
No, that said shrug for him. This is me. She got my haircut.
Bye.
I'm
Oh,
gonna say
no.
the fortune cookie now.
Your ex gonna call in. And another motherfucker.
Oh shoot! Gotta post
It's
it.
been 4 years, but still, goddamn it.
Y'all funny.
They probably use the horse for trees.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You trample on that shit.
But you must have had a stallion ass.
Trample on their heart and shit.
Damn.
You know niggas be really sensitive.
Why you make me feel like that? Damn, it's like a bad person.
No, you're not. I'm sorry.
Jesus, guys, don't listen to this animal.
Right. She eats fruit and drink water. So
And I
it's gonna
scratch and I work out that
Right.
dance.
Yeah. No, that good stuff.
You
Oh
love
my
me.
god, I'm fucking y'all funny. Like y'all funny as fuck today. Like
Disclaimer, just don't fuck with me. Just
Right. But you will get immortalized like this.
That's what Moanja wrapping up chords. Taking this.
Get my Xbox. I just want my Xbox, my shoes.
I just want my Xbox and my shoes.
Oh god. I got a fucking headache. What's wrong with y'all? Making me laugh like
Dude
this.
said, I just want my Xbox. Dude said, you too late, bitch. I threw it out the window already.
Throw my hoodies out the window.
Ezel come running by.
dog.
So I can run downstairs to catch it.
I can't breathe. No, you know what was funny?
What?
When I told you that and you said it was outside, like
Dude, you ever have somebody throw you some shit out the window though?
Yeah.
And then you be trying to get it, you be doing when my dad do my mail out the window. Take that.
but wait, so why? I had looked out the window the next day because I was gonna get it, right?
The next day you ain't shit.
You wait that long. And then it rained? What happened?
No, it didn't rain.
Oh.
But it was gone.
See, I sound like this.
I'm sick of you, man. Damn.
Oh fuck.
Yours playing.
Dude said,
And it's black. We can't.
Dude said they landed like an airplane.
Probably, you threw it down there and then probably didn't look out the window. Somebody was waiting for that motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, some people aren't shit.
Yeah. Some days I'm not, but not
Yeah.
today. Today I am.
Everybody's human. Shit, fuck it.
Yeah,
I
you know
agree.
what?
Throw your hoodie out the window.
Throw your hoodie. No,
Wrap
up
no,
your
shit.
Xbox
That's
cord.
one thing. One thing. Don't touch my stuff.
It's a joke.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't
Yeah.
do that. You might get
Yo, she ain't never touched your stuff
police
before.
called. I was she was threatening it. She was like, "You need to come." She was like, "You need to come
Was
get
this
your
at the
stuff." Yeah, you need to come get your
I
stuff.
don't
I'm
remember that part.
boxing
I
it up
thought you
right
guys
now.
were very.
No, it
civil.
was very, very.
Oh, you lied to me then. Okay.
I never lied to
I'm
you. I
just
sent you the
joking. Roll your
messages. Oh, I'm
shoulders.
sorry. I know you're joking.
I
See,
know
that's
it's very
another thing, fellas. You
sensitive.
need to make sure you gotta have a, sense of humor.
Gotta have a bit.
Yeah, I have a sense of humor. Her words, not mine. Yeah, it was very bad at the end. Like it was,
I don't think it will. No,
Yeah, it did.
Anyway.
It
Shout out
did.
to all the lovers out there.
Get your shit. I'm packing your shit up. touch my shit.
You said
Not
this
Carter.
one my Xbox. One my controller, bitch.
Right.
Anyway,
Just don't take the batteries out. Oh, that's
she need it for something
petty.
else. You're gone. So anyway, let's
Bye.
get into what's going. What going?
What going?
What going on?
Our favorite couple. I won't say favorite couple, but
One of our favorites.
one of our favorite couples.
Mhm.
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
He did have a break, baby.
TT.
You know what? niggas players fuck up too.
Mm-mm.
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Ladies, you know what you're gonna get
Start. And then if you got $100 million contract, you know, you signing
with
up.
you.
You signing up. No, with me. With me, I ain't gonna fuck.
But don't speak too soon, sir.
Okay.
Episode 71. Remember what the fuck you said?
Right. He said, I thought you was a good man.
Rip up that YBO sweater.
I can throw my sweater out the hood. Not fuck.
Mm.
I ain't got no Young Black and Opinionated
You
sweater.
can buy a new one.
Right, I gotta buy a new one.
Well, anyway.
Gotta find like 30 suppliers. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union is starting their own.
Like Monique and Drew can play that game. Gonna sew these two motherfuckers together anyway. Go ahead.
This bitch had one for the front. and one for the back. I'm sorry.
Be my little skinny ass.
So wait, got me this.
$40.
Wait, got me this skinny ass episode.
The way he had the dress on, he was like,
You like this girl?
Cute.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
y'all see the outtakes when he was running.
Cut, you get shit all over my goddamn pants.
How we doing a baby boy tangent? Oh my god. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, damn it. They got a TV show on HGTV. It's called House Flipping. It's called
Did
a
you
House
watch
Flipping
it?
show. No, it came on already?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I
it was like
missed it.
one day this week.
Oh, damn, I'm talking about it and I missed it. I was stupid.
What's that thing called again? Oh, anyway, go ahead.
It's on HGTV. It's called All Star Flip. It's first of all, I think it was just a 30-minute special, but I don't know if they have any ideas of if you want to expand the show. But if you watch HGTV and Flipping the
Damn.
House, what they do is they take
Lots to do.
Damn. What they do is
Like it was bad.
they look at properties, they buy them at a low rate, and then they renovate them and take them, and then they flip them
Jesus.
for a profit. Now I did see something saying that that they made $130,000 profit. So I didn't know if that was because after I didn't know the show was already done, but I guess that makes sense now since they would know how much they made. But it's great to see a celebrity couple like just taking homes and just flipping them and selling them and stuff like that. I'm an HGTV fanatic. I love House Hunters. I love all variations of House Hunters. You don't like House
I'm
Hunters?
just kidding.
I love that show.
Okay,
It'd be hilarious when they have like two family couple living with their parents and they have $1 million budget. What the hell? I'm like, huh? Where they get this budget from?
Because they live with their parents.
Right. But
You got money.
yeah, HGTV has a lot of lineup. I know Property Brothers on there. God damn, Property Brothers are on there. And a slew of shows that are on there. So check it out. I guess I gotta watch the show then because I didn't know they were on there. You said you both saw it?
No,
I
I
missed it.
wanted to watch it because I think I seen the other day. I want to say last night. I think Gabby had tweeted 30 minutes until the show came on or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, okay.
And I still missed it.
I'm not supposed to watch it today, but that didn't happen. But I think it's dope. Like you said, I guess if you want to put them in the favorite couple thing, I like Gabby and D-Wade. They are really cute together, and it's nice to see them, out here doing other things. So
If you catch your Snapchat too, it's hilarious. They just, when I'm eating today, I got a day off, and he was grilling and stuff like that. Or when it's the off season, you might catch Dwayne Wade and LeBron all together with Chris Paul, and then they might be on a beach or on a boat or something like that. So it's just dope to see, kind of.
Yeah, they asked it's gonna be somewhere in Italy. No, yeah, I
Right.
think it's dope to
Right.
see in my MLK voice, people of color
Mm-hmm.
on the shows and showing their knowledge or just we always talk about representation on these channels. So yeah.
right,
Shout out
you
to
too
them.
could be on HGTV.
You know what? I'm done.
Hmm?
Shout out to them.
Yeah, I think it was a black couple too that's supposed to be doing a show on there, HGTV TV show. So it's good to see people, like you said, people of color.
Color.
Color. Oh, sorry.
Who got this next
Shout out
subject here?
to Dabby. Damn, my one is rubbing off on me. Shout out to Dwayne Wade and Gabby. So another news. Have y'all seen that video of Nicki Minaj? The recent interview that she's done in
With
reference
Zane Lowe.
to Cardi and Quavo.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Wani?
All right. What I think it's. Charlamagne said it was
You just
petty.
think it's funny how?
I said it's funny. No, Charlamagne said it was petty. I just think she didn't. I'm gonna side with DJ Envy and Angela Yee. Like she didn't never got an opportunity to kind of tell her side of the story. If it was a year ago, so Everyday Struggle, when Joe Budden was on there, he had this whole elaborate theory that they didn't like each other and that's why they didn't do the video together, yada yada yada. So some of that could be a little PR stunt and stuff like that to say that their schedules just didn't work out. And she said her hairdresser is now Cardi B hairdresser. I think his name is Tokyo, whatever. And
Tokyo Styles.
Tokyo Styles. So
shout out to him.
You follow him on IG or something? Okay.
I've been following him for a minute.
Really?
He literally came up. So,
And
excuse me.
So I don't know. I guess I could take it for what it's worth. I think there's a lot of contradiction with her saying that Cardi should show her respect, where she really hasn't really showed that much respect coming up in the game as well too. I mean, there's certain women that she has respected, but as far as like a Remy Ma or Lil Kim or anything like that, she hasn't really showed respect to, because women always in that hip hop space always get mashed together, and then they got to fight for one spot. Where the men, we just going at it. You like who you like, but it's so few women to choose from. So
I mean, it's funny that you say that, because somebody said that too. They said, how come when it's men, it's not Jay-Z versus Kendrick, blah blah blah. Like, we can like Damn and we can like 444,
right?
But Cardi put out her CD, and now it's like, is we gonna like Cardi over Nicki or Nicki over Cardi? I personally felt like the video was extra. I mean, and I say that because I guess one of her comments was, a lot of girls would be honored to do a song with Nicki Minaj. True. But you don't show enough love to these other girls who want to come up. She talks a lot about how she wants to inspire other women rappers, but I feel like she doesn't show genuine love to them for them to feel, like that's true. And honestly, it's all petty. Like, I think Quavo petty because he said, if you was my girl, I would have had your back. Like,
allegedly.
Right. But that's just dumb. But I just want to know why at some point her and Cardi just didn't talk. And if Quavo is her connect to Cardi, because that's his sis, why you didn't just tell him, hey, let's all just have a sit down and talk about this?
Beneath the queen. You can't. I'm the queen. She need to come to me.
Back to one thing you just said prior to. Do y'all think that it's a consistency type thing? So you mentioned Kendrick and Jay-Z. Jay-Z has been fairly consistent since his career started, and he's been into other business ventures where you say, hey, I should respect you. And I guess for what it's worth, Kendrick do be like, yep, this person, that person, they paved the way. But I guess for women, MCs, rappers, it really hasn't been so much consistency until her, maybe Trina, but
Yeah, Trina always look out for women.
Yeah. So do y'all think that's what it is? So you feel like you're here and you'd be like, I said what I said? Because somebody mentioned too, and this was just me reading comments. Somebody was like, or I think the dude called in the Breakfast Club. He said the same thing about the Lil Kim thing. And he was like, but when I went back and looked, Lil Kim was kind of antagonistic in her own sense too. I really don't remember. I just remember bumping Pink Friday and they had their little drama, and I did feel like maybe you should give a little bit more. And she did kind of, some of her songs, she didn't give a fuck. You could tell Nicki Minaj being. So, do y'all think that's a reason?
Well,
as far as like maybe consistency type thing? No,
I don't think it's consistency. It's just the fact that I can go and get a record with a Kendrick and a Jay-Z. Jay-Z being up here, Kendrick, right around this area, still got a little bit more to go. I can get a record with them, or I can get a record with a Jay-Z and a Nas. Or men aren't, because it's a male-dominated industry, and maybe I don't know, maybe one of the PR moves is to have women pit against each other, so that way get the sales and stuff like that. But men can walk across the aisle and say, hey man, you know what? Forget it. We've been arguing, we've been beefing. Nas and Jay-Z, like I said, doing.
But they just beef for like 60 years though.
Right.
That's true too. But then they are still able to bury the hatchet. Like 50 years. 50 and Fat Joe and Jay-Z. Like, yeah, it's been a while, but they are able to bury the hatchet and keep it moving.
That's my point. You talking about 3 years? Well, how many? It ain't been 60 years though. With this, that's all. I just think that. I guess not that I think, it's just a thought that came to mind. It's like, okay, maybe it's a consistency thing where you don't see nobody, and then when somebody pop up, I'm not saying it's right, somebody pop up and you kind of like. So, but for me, in regards to the interview, I didn't really watch the whole thing. I just saw a clip of it, and probably the one where she kind of was sniffling and crying. I need some water. I don't know. I feel the whole, needing to clear the air. I don't think that part is petty. But some of the little, the words she kind of used, like you said, she's like, yeah, I, congrats to her. But anyway, like, I was just kind of like, oh, okay. The way it kind of flowed. And then what you said when she was just like, well, people will be honored to do a song with me. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta say sit in it. Like, just sit in it. You ain't gotta really just say it. Just kind of. But clearing the air is fine. But
Right.
I don't know. As they be saying, record labels pit you against one another. But to me, I think separately as a person, it ain't that hard. So clear the air, Nikki. Do whatever you think is best. I seen she at Coachella with Quavo and Kendall and with Kylie and Courtney. So hey.
Before we switch real quick, I just want to go back to what you said about consistency. Sure. And I think what you're saying is true though, because if you think about it, me and my boyfriend talking about this the other day. Like, when you think about it, Nicki has won Best Female Rap Artist at the BET Awards for like the last 7 years.
Right.
So she always says, I didn't have any competition, which is not necessarily true because there have been women out here rapping. They just haven't gotten to a level where I guess they could be seen as competition, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like not even with rap artists, they do it with singers. People be like, do y'all like Beyonce or Rihanna more? Well, I can't like both.
Yeah. And I think too, with the whole Cardi thing, specifically, I think she's like a different type of vibe type of person. Like,
right.
She's a steal your heart type person. She, herself, real, honest. What she said the other day, she had me cracking up. Like, I saw some old pictures of myself with my teeth. Woo. And then remember at that time, she was kind of like, I wasn't going to get my teeth fixed. Right. So yeah, she just, American type,
right.
Like her lover.
Yeah.
So I think that's what people, and then her album, so to some people, was a shocker. For me, I don't want to say it shocked me. It was, why wouldn't she have people behind her after her first song? They should make sure that her shit popping because people looking for her downfall. So,
Well, I mean, she never claimed to be an MC. I mean, that's the thing.
Well, that's not even what I'm saying. It's just the point that people were just kind of like, oh, well, she not an MC, her songs, whatever. And then when her first album was supposed to drop, oh, yeah, it's probably going to be trash. She's going to be a one-hit wonder. And my thing is like, well, why wouldn't her team have best producers and production and all that behind her? So I'm not going to say I didn't expect it, but shit, fly on, sis, fly on. Do you, boo? So yeah, hopefully, though, we as women, and everybody generally, but women, come together and just, so hopefully they do a little song or some little poem to mash it on up and
Wonder what you doing?
Stevie Wonder, just put a Stevie Wonder on the track. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, moving along, guys.
Moving on up.
Let's talk about this teen asking for directions.
Yeah, man.
So I posted this in a group. I seen it. Somebody shared it, and I was talking about it at work. I think shout out to Isaiah from Elements. He commented like it's messed up. And I was kind of talking to Liz about it, but for me, the video gave me more information than the article. But I know you put it in the group, in the chat, I
didn't check the video,
so you could talk about it.
Fill in the blanks for me if you don't mind. So a kid, high schooler. He woke up late for the bus in Rochester, in Michigan, and he was going to Rochester High School. And I guess his phone got taken away from him, maybe in punishment. I don't know. So he just walked to a neighbor, like you should do, and knocked on the door and said, "Hey, I missed my bus. I just need directions to the high school." And I guess the neighbor like made a comment saying, "Why this house? Why do they feel like they can come to this house?" And then the husband grabbed his gun and began to shoot at the teenager. And he didn't hit him, but he did hide. And then police were called. And the mom called and came by, and she was infuriated. And it's just, am I missing anything?
From what I gathered, the issue was he, like you said, he woke up late from the bus. He was walking down the street. He was obviously lost. At the end of the video, which wasn't written, he said he asked the a news reporter said he asked the boy why did he pick their house specifically, just out of curiosity, and he said because they had a neighborhood safe watch sign in front of their house, which is very smart.
Wow.
So he said that he walked into the house and, he's trying to explain what the lady was off top. Like, I'm not sure, but I want to say, I don't think he got the fact off that he was just trying to get directions to his high school. What are you doing? Why are you trying to break into my house? Woody, woody, woo. And the husband must have heard the riffraff. And then because he heard her arguing, he came down, and shot the gun. And then the mom said in the video that she found out that the only reason why he didn't get shot or no shots were really fired was because the safety was still in the gun. So yeah, that's pretty much that.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. As a teenager, I think he's 14, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of the things Susan's mom said that he, for his age, he looks a little bit bigger than what he should be, and that's it's just, I don't know, it's just like,
I mean, damn, if his daddy tall, of course he don't.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know if you said in my mind kind of zoned out, but he said too, like, my mom told me that, because of my height and how I look, I'm not going to look 14 to some people.
Right. Yeah, he did say that.
And, and it was interesting hearing it actually come out of the mouth of a boy versus, your parent. Like, and I tell him all the time for him to kind of understand that. But you could tell he was just kind of like, but why though? Like, and really, you can't control it. I think I was talking to somebody about it. You can't control how tall you are. Like Lassie said, if my dad's tall, if my genetics, if I'm built this way. But I guess people are conditioned. And it could go back decades, ages, whatever your family taught you, conditioned to think that because black men are stronger, bigger, the way they look, you should be scared or some shit. So
yeah, so just contrasting of what Lassie's story was about earlier about the kid getting dragged out, and then the sheriff or the supervisor saying I would have did it 30 seconds later. He said the county sheriff Michael Bouchard said that it's just absurd that this has happened. I feel terrible for the young man. I feel terrible for the mom and the anxiety that they had to go through. We are going to ask for every charge permissible for this guy who stepped up and fired a shotgun because someone knocked on his door. And then so the guy who actually did the shot, his name is Jeffrey Ziegler. He was a retired Detroit firefighter. He's on bond of $50,000. With conditions and due to go to court again April 24th. So yeah, he's been charged with assault with intent to murder and felony firearms. Yeah.
So I want to ask y'all, because I've seen a lot of comments and debate on it. People were like, "Well, if she wouldn't have took his phone,
right?
Then
I saw that too.
There wouldn't have been had this problem." Or somebody mentioned that, well, that's why you take the phone and then give it to them when they leave. Or some people were like, well, I don't teach my kids just to knock on anybody's door. And obviously we figured out the fact was because he saw smart enough. He seen a safe watch.
Right.
So I guess I wanted y'all thoughts on people saying these things.
I'm really on the fence because yes, for safety matters, I feel like that's a lot of the reasons that kids need phones. If something happened, he could have called his mom. He was like, "Mom, I'm late. I missed my bus. I don't know where I'm at." And she could have directed him, where he was supposed to go. But I think as a kid, you don't really think about not really just not knocking on nobody's door. Like you said, he was smart enough to see neighborhood watch. He thinking, okay, these are obviously some good people. Right. They've been in this neighborhood for a while. They can probably direct me. I don't see why, he should be at fault for knocking on their door when he really didn't have any other resources.
Right.
And I don't feel like his mom should be blamed either, because as a mom, sometimes you got to stand your foot down with the punishment.
Yeah.
Now, again, though, I do think that phones are needed for safety reasons like this. But, I don't know. I feel like they can't blame the mom at the end of the day.
Yeah, I just feel like okay, what if he had his phone? What if the battery was dead or the phone wasn't working at the time?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He knocked on someone's door. He almost got shot and killed. So, or critically injured. So, it is. And I saw another comment too. They said that he should have known, when he's on the bus route, he should have known the route directions. But when you don't, of course, granted, I don't know if he's a freshman or not, what the case may be. It could be his first time going to this high school. I don't know. But either way it go, when you don't know something, you ask. That's what a normal human does. And that's exactly what he did. But for them to jump off the wire and just say, "Hello, let me go get my gun."
Right.
Yeah. I think people that are, judging the situation prior to whatever happened, I think it's that what we talk about, like you said, make sure you got the seatbelt on, make sure you got this. It's that check box that we're conditioned as Black people or people
Right.
of color to think about. And I think they put that first versus the action, in which I get it. But, and somebody mentioned too, interesting comment. It said, it is probably somebody that's older that said, well, when I was 14, I didn't have a cell phone.
Right.
So it wasn't even necessary for me to have one because I didn't have one and it
Right.
went out. So, and I think that, too, like me and Liz were talking at work and she was kind of like, why did he knock on the door? Why did he choose that house? And then when I watched the video, the guy mentioned, like I said, the night watch or safety watch or whatever. And to me, that's just smart. Like, again, I guess I put myself in them shoes. I'm 14 and I'm imagining me walking down the street. I'm trying to get to school. And imagine just standing on the corner, you ain't got no phone, and you like, oh shit. Like, and somebody was like, well, I'll just go home and go back to bed. I'm like, but you got to give it to this boy trying to get to school though. So
right, because he could have just really fucked off and did anything, or just went back home. But yet
he was like, literally, he was trying to get to school.
Right, trying to get to school.
Yeah, and
then he got a charge for being truant.
Yeah,
he got home, or he probably going outside like, I'm just gonna take this day off. And then he got another ass whooping
right.
for his mama.
Why you go to school?
Right, exactly.
Why you missed? Like, at least I tried. So it's one of those things where I could see where the whole checkmate safety thing, but it's just kind of like Lassie said, you can't blame the mom trying to punish her kid because if something did happen, they could have probably flipped the story and said, well, he tried to do this when really he was trying to get to school.
Right.
So
that's my last comment is in regards to, I guess, Mwanje saying him having his phone. So he could have had his phone, and like Mwanje said, it could have been dead or whatever. He could have had his phone, looked up the information that he may have needed, and still been confused, lost, and whatever. So phone or no phone, he had to do what he had to do, unfortunately, and that was ask somebody else for help. Which at 14, you're not thinking that me asking for help is going to result in someone thinking that I'm trying to break in their house. Number one, two, me getting shot at.
Exactly. I just don't understand when people try to make the kid more grown, more older than what he is. He's 14 years old. He didn't know where he was going. Point blank. Period. In the story.
It really just baffled me that, and I think that was a shade because I seen it on Facebook first, and then it started to kind of circulate like some hours later. But under the shade room comes a lot of people. That was the real life the argument. It wasn't him knocking on the door trying to get to school. It was, why his mama take his phone. So like I could see what they're saying, but it just kind of like there's so many, like Moan just said, it should be kind of a shut door closed type thing, like, period, point blank. And I guess we'll see what kind of happens. But
I mean, imagine, not like to keep harping on it, but I'm just thinking of all the outcomes. Imagine if they gave him the right direction. The boy would have went to school. He would have told his mom, "Hey, mom, they could have got. Mom could have came. Thank you so much for directing my kid. That could have been a whole new relationship that could have been created. Or now the kid got somebody in the neighborhood
could have got awarded or something.
Not even that, but you could just somebody in the neighborhood that now my mom, now this whole village. The village thing. Now it's like I know
that's where your sign comes in.
Right. Exactly.
But
it's just irritating.
I was gonna say the mom said, the mom mentioned, sorry not to keep like mom said keep going, but she mentioned too that I guess she watched the video or whatever, because I guess they had the whole cam, which was great.
Yeah, the doorbell cam.
And the wife said, the woman said, well, why did these people choose our house, or why do these people or something?
Right.
And then the mom, which was interesting, she was like, I didn't even try to go the route of race. She was like, but when I saw that, she was like, like, what do you mean by these people? And then you said, or you mentioned the officer or the lieutenant or whatever, he was just kind of like, these people. And it was interesting that he did include himself in the these people thing too. So these people were trying to get directions or whatever. So yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's scary, man. Like, if you miss the bus, don't go to school.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Apparently, you might get shot on the way.
Yes.
Yeah. Donkey of the day goes to Starbucks. No.
Interesting.
Tell
us about the Bucks.
The Bucks, Starbucks.
The Bucks of Star.
The Bucks of Star. So 2 black men were arrested in Philadelphia Starbucks for, guess what?
Nothing
at all. So what happened? So there were 2 black men that went to Starbucks. They went to use the bathroom. One of the baristas, I believe, said that this restaurant is for paying customers only. And they're like, we're just waiting on somebody to come through. We'll take care of it then. I guess that wasn't good enough for the this particular barista, and they ended up calling the police, and the 2 gentlemen were arrested. The man that they eventually were meeting eventually came, white guy. You basically asked, what are they doing? Like, why are they being arrested? I was here to meet them. And the woman that was videotaping, I'm assuming was white, said they did absolutely nothing at all.
Yeah.
So Starbucks did offer an apology. I'm going to read it real quick. And I want to ask you guys what you think about this apology.
Damn.
We apologize to the two individuals and our customers and are disappointed this led to an arrest. We take these matters seriously and clearly have more work to do when it comes to how we handle incidents in our stores. We are reviewing our policies and will continue to engage with the community and the police department to try to ensure these types of situations never happen in any of our stores. So I guess on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you grade that apology? 5 being good, 1 being sucky.
It's about a 2 for me.
Sorry, I was kind of barely listening, but I think I seen it somewhere online too, and it looked pretty trash. Because I guess the thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, we kind of seen kind of what happened from the camera, and then when people are like nothing happened, and you're in, were they really saying we'll check into it, we'll get back to you?
Yeah. So for me, it's a 1-2. It sucks.
What upsets me about this whole little situation is, and before we started recording, we talked about this too. I have been to Starbucks many a times. Many. I've been to Starbucks in so many different areas, neighborhoods, whatever. I've been to the one in Midtown. I've been to the one on Brady. I've been to the one in Tosa. I've been to many Starbucks. And I've seen people come in, sit down, pull out their laptops, and that's it. I've seen people sit down, get on, and just sit on their phones and wait. I've sat there and waited as I was waiting for my bus. So to say that you felt some type of way about these young men just sitting here not doing anything, that's what people go to Starbucks and do. Like that, Starbucks is a let's meet up and talk type of place. So it's really bothersome that, that they were just sitting here waiting for their friend who, whatever, running late, or he just so happened to be not there when he didn't meet up when they did. And first they can't use the bathroom, which I've been in many Starbucks. Right. I've seen homeless people use their bathrooms. So I don't know. Starbucks do better because I really like Starbucks. And
yeah, I've never even been to one where they even like paid attention to like who goes. The only place that I've ever been to was Dunkin' Donuts downtown by my job, and they be extra with that. But still, you got to buy something.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it just so from this particular article, the Vox, there's a lady that posted on her Twitter, Melissa DePino, at Missy DePino at Starbucks. The police were called because these men hadn't ordered anything. They were waiting for a friend to show up who did as they were taken out in handcuffs for doing nothing. All the white people are wondering why it's never happened to us when we do the same thing.
Hello.
And then the police department, right? Okay. And the Philadelphia Police Department, Philly Police said, we are aware of an incident that occurred on 4/12/18 at the Starbucks Cafe on 18th and Spruce. The entire incident, including the actions of the responding officers, is under internal investigation. Once we gather all the facts, we will comment further. And it must be kept in mind too that the two gentlemen that were there, they were there to conduct business. They were two real estate investors, and the gentleman there, I guess, assuming was also either their partner or maybe someone that was interested in doing some business with them. And it's just I don't get it. I just don't get it. And the reason why I get upset and angry is because like you said, same thing with Lassie. I've gone to many places before just to work and do stuff, and we went to Noodles and Company. We didn't order anything.
I thought about that too when I thought about that too earlier. I was like, we went to Noodles and Company, literally just sat down and I don't even think we had a water.
Yeah.
But maybe because we weren't looking threatening, and the gentleman their hair was, they had on jogging pants. They had regular clothes on, like jogging pants. They didn't have no suit on or anything like that. They were there to come, and who knows?
It's freaking Starbucks.
It's freaking
they
Starbucks.
Don't have to have a suit on.
And that's what I said. Sometimes, and I ain't gonna say sometimes, but just to keep it funky. A lot of times, you go into these places, and when you don't look a certain way, or your hair look a certain way, you look in there where it's pretty ethnic. Then there's a problem. And that's what it not irritates me. It's interesting to me because I think I talked to somebody, or I watch a lot of documentaries, and I feel like we're in this day and age where you get more so too a lot of millennials or even a generation with Gen Z after us. We're in this age where young white people are starting to notice, like, well, how come that never happened to us? Like, what the fuck is going on? So it's quite interesting that it's still happening, and they like, dude, really? Like, when you got people sitting there like they really didn't do shit. it goes to show that it's really based on what you look like, and you didn't do shit. Like, that's the fucking baffling part about it. Like,
Oh, I didn't know there was a second video to this. There's another video to it too. I'm gonna check it out after we
so
get
shit
done.
ain't do nothing, did it?
Yeah, no. No, it just basically said that the second video for Thursday incident appeared on YouTube. It's the extended version. They said the two men were ultimately arrested, speaking calmly to the police. Third man later identified real estate developer Andre Yaffe, who is white, appears in protest. He says, "Does anybody else think this is ridiculous?" He asks, "It's absolute discrimination." Yaffe spoke with his attorney, Lauren Wimmer, about the incident. She talked to the Philadelphia Inquirer, and then she said this simply: he was meeting with the two gentlemen at Starbucks to discuss business. These two guys are business professionals in commercial real estate. So yeah,
I don't know if y'all remember this YouTube video, or not YouTube, it was probably on Twitter or something, Instagram, a long time ago. This guy, I think it was out of Atlanta, and he was like a real estate developer, flipping houses or whatever. And he was showing a house in like a nice neighborhood, and I think he was recording at the time, and the police kept following him. And he was like, I don't know if he kept driving around. I think he drove to the house and just kept doing his thing. And I think the police officer even walked up to the sidewalk and everything. It was just kind of watching him. He like, dude, like, I own this house. I'm about to show this house to somebody or whatever. And he was just still standing there like he was lying. Like, fam, he had on a suit and everything. Like, this is
Wow.
like, this is what I do. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. 'Cause I occasionally sometimes I want to get a little inspiration at night. I'll just go, or
Yep.
during the middle of that, just go to Lake Drive and just drive through, look at the homes, and like just get inspiration of like just to get.
For those that are not from Milwaukee,
Oh,
Lake
yeah,
Drive
yeah.
is a nice area, nice beautiful houses,
Right.
big mansions. So.
Right near the college in UW Milwaukee, and sometimes I do think about it. I'm like, all right, I need to get out of this neighborhood
Yeah, all the
quickly
time.
because you never know what's going to be there. But it's just sad that you can't just drive around your own city without being profiled or
It's sad that you can't go to your freaking neighborhood Starbucks and just
Meet
have a
about
sit
a
down.
business.
Damn, what if I was
Business.
jogging and I'm tired?
Right.
Shit.
What if I was
like,
finna
damn, I
order something?
I had a I was told the supervisor told me to sit down here because the resume we finna do an interview
Right.
for this Starbucks. Like what the fuck? Like damn. Like oh man. So yeah, that enraged me. I guess I got a little bit more calm after I guess
After you left your review?
after I left. Oh yeah, I did leave a review. If you all want to leave a review, it's 1801 Spruce Street, Starbucks. I left a review, 1 star, and also took some screenshots of the video of the gentleman getting arrested. Of course, I didn't want to put them out there, but I just want to let you know that if you go to the Starbucks, this potentially could happen to you. I hope that the gentlemen are okay, because when you get into the system like that, it's very difficult to get out, despite even if you didn't do anything wrong. But just real quick, a couple other restaurants have been under fire too for racial discrimination.
Applebee's.
Applebee's. I don't see Applebee's on here, but it said in 1994, Denny's agreed to pay more than $54 million to settle racial discrimination lawsuits. In 2004, Cracker Barrel paid $8.7 million in discrimination lawsuits. And I've been to Cracker Barrel a couple times. I always got a racy vibe in there. I don't know. I never really.
I don't really like Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
My mom liked that place. But
yeah,
it's a place down south. It's not Cracker Barrel, but it's something like that. They throw biscuits and shit at you.
they throw it. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I heard of it. It's in St. Louis, right? Or
Yeah, but
Missouri?
it's Southern Illinois area.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It reminds me of Cracker. I'm like,
I got a biscuit.
right, yeah.
It's a biscuit head.
Yeah, that place always give me a life vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of like it got rakes and shit all on the wall and pictures of old white people.
So you said how many miles?
To them nigga pies. I can turn these nigga pies into.
How much money it costs to turn them all white pies into nigga pies?
Excuse me there, Alex. How do you know my name? Whatever.
It says it right there on your shirt.
So you can
You
read.
said, well, you got any Negro pies?
Right.
Out of the whole thing, I'm Petty. My favorite part when he was, lady, ma'am, I'm hungry. I was Eddie Murphy. Oh,
so they from New York.
Eddie Murphy, we gotta go. So bye.
So they from New York, sir.
We gotta go. So bye. Anyway, shout out to Life. That's my
Life
movie.
is the movie.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Lassie's best friend.
No, don't like her. But anywho,
But
see how Denzel do you?
No, you're not keeping up with them.
oh well, apparently I am because I'm finna talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So
Hey, Chloe.
so I pretty sure y'all might have seen that Khloe Kardashian's NBA baller baby daddy, Tristan Thompson.
What are you laughing for?
Huh?
What are you laughing for?
Nothing.
Come on, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead. She can't just laughing.
You
Interrupting
being
her.
weird.
She interrupted her.
Shut
Like,
up.
that's
You
bogus.
just interrupted her. Keep going. She was talking fine.
But so Khloe and Tristan Thompson have been in the media lately as far as regarding him cheating on her and things like that. And I personally see a lot of people saying when Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce,